They didn't like that. They feel they should have automatic access beyond what the public gets. Number two, well, the city of Grantville cannot take donations. So basically, like 3-year-olds, they threw their toys down and they left.
Georgia Transparency is going hot. Welcome back. Please be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Anything you want us to look into, hit us up at info@gatransparency.com. That's info, info at gatransparency.com. Without further ado, let's get started and let's get right deep into this, shall we? We're going back to the city of Grantville in the wonderful Grantville, Georgia Parks and Recreation Department, where a majority of the volunteer committee members have resigned, leaving a lot of sports, children's activities, and everything to be and not hosted for the summertime. What caused this? Potential oath of office violations, money collected commingled with personal funds, no accountability and tracking of expenditures, Walmart purchases, and personal ATM and credit card charges. Synopsis. The following are issued involvement, public trusts, and potentially the abuse of office. It's important to understand the powers and responsibilities of the Grantville Recreational Committee. The board serves as an advisory board providing recommendations to the City Council on matters of Parks and Recreation Department which pertain to the planning, programming, evaluating, and funding of parks and recreation facilities and programs in accordance with local and state laws.
Parks and Recreation citizen committee events have all been canceled. And I'm getting calls, I'm getting bombarded. I'm going to put it out there bluntly. You know I tell the truth, and I've told you this from the beginning. Your mayor did not cancel these events. The city did not cancel these events. This was purely decided by the Parks and Recreation Citizen Committee. Purely it. I didn't cancel anything. Why would I cancel anything? What transpired today was 2 items, and I will be very bluntly what they're about. Number one, we've had issues with breaking and entering into 92 Post Street. These are public places that the public can rent. On top of that, the Parks and Rec thought they could turn it into their office. They cannot, because the public will be in there, and if they steal their stuff, there's nothing I can do about it. They didn't like that. They feel they should have automatic access beyond what the public gets. Number two, it's great. They've been getting donations. Well, the city of Grantville cannot take donations. That's a violation of the law. So we had to figure out today, I told them stop taking cash donations until we can figure out to create a trust fund that those donations can come to, much like the cemetery trust we have, and then we can figure out how this works, okay? This was brought to me today about taking those cash donations. So we're going to solve it, we're going to move it into, they didn't like that, that wasn't liked either. So basically, like 3-year-olds, they threw their toys down and they left. And I'm going to say that to them. And if they've claimed all resigned, resign. Okay? You now left children crying. People upset. It was not me. I didn't shut anything down. And I apologize for having to be this way. But you know what? There comes that point. I am so focused on growing Grantville, on infrastructure, and you all are seeing, we got Comcast here, we got all kind of things happening.
Georgia Transparency submitted an open records request to the city of Grantville for some documents that can look into this sort of matter here. Item number 1, copy of receipts of all prizes purchased for bingo games conducted in 2023. All responsive records maintained by the city of Grantville are attached. So we got the copy of the Walmart receipt that was purchased, that was used to purchase the prizes for the bingo games. Item number 2 is copy of all receipts for a cash purchase of any item services obtained within the cash donations provided to the Recreation Department or Recreation Committee members in 2023. Grantville has no records in response to this request. However, there were records in response to this request here, but it's curious as to where the cash went. And let's look at this. Did Grantville censor the records? With additional records turned over by Nikki Clark, looks like the kickball registration money, a check was $126 as well as a cash of $45 on 3/20/2023. The money was deposited on 3/21 the next day, as you can see here with the receipt, Parks and Rec kickball registration, totaling the amount of $126 from the check. Where is the cash? We cannot find the cash receipt for the kickball registration. Where did this $45 go? On the same day of 3/20/2023, soccer registration money check totaled $175.50. Cash totaled $85.50 for a total of $261. On the next day, it looks like only the check amount was deposited of $175.50. Totaling amount $175.50. Where's the cash? Where's the $85.50 in cash that should have went into this miscellaneous account for Parks and Recreation's soccer registration? Number 4, copy of all receipts issued to donors of cash donations to the Rec Department or Recreation Committee in 2023. City responded with the Grantville has no records in response to this request. However, there's donation receipts, and I'll show one here. Charity name at bingo for 2 $25 gift cards as a bingo prize. Why wasn't this provided in this open records request by the city of Grantville? Number 5, a copy of all ledgers maintained by any member of the Recreation Committee or David Clark documenting cash donations and expenses for 2023. The City of Grantville has no records that are responsive to this request. However, with the information and all the documents that spouse David Clark sent over, there are in fact many documents that show expenses as well as potential cash donations to the Parks and Recreation Department. Number 6 being the final item here, a copy of all written requests, Krispy Kreme Donuts soliciting donations for fundraiser Recreation Department received committee in 2023. City of Grantville said it has no records that were responsive to this request. However, Nikki Clark was kind enough to send over with the documents that she sent me a Krispy Kreme fundraiser event. However, there was $1,050 raised, $418.50 paid to, I guess, KCAS, Krispy Kreme, $25 in gas. Total amount raised $606.50. And now we're going to take a couple of minutes, or probably about a minute, and go through a lot of receipts that just don't make no sense. I'm just going to put them up on the screen here. We're talking about using cash to purchase stuff. This turned in different forms of credit cards, Discover cards, Visa cards, debit cards. It doesn't make any sense. Looks to be no accountability for this. So take a look at these. Keep in mind the city is not a nonprofit organization, so they must follow Georgia Code Section 161252 as recreational bingo, as described in Georgia Code Section 161251. One person who refused to identify themselves stated there were no cash prizes given out. However, there were many gift certificates given as prizes. These could be considered equivalent to cash gifts. When the gift certificates is redeemed, is the user refunded cash or the remaining balance not used on the gift certificate? The words "no cash value" or "not redeemable cash" was not contained on the gift certificates, or was it? I'm not unable to determine if there was monetary buy-in, cash donation, or other conditions placed on the bingo players prior to them participating in the game. When I initially submitted requests for this record, it included a whole lot more stuff, and the estimated amount was going to be $411.39. I declined to pay the $411 and requested I sent in a modified version of what I was requesting for this, and the amount changed. Modified version of this to respond to the regs will exceed $25, and they're estimating that it costs $119.77 plus copies of approximately 150 pages at 10 cents per page. And my response was, I agree to pay up to $119.77 plus $15 for the copies of the 150 pages. However, someone already in your office has already counted and determined it's going to be 150 pages. Why can't those 150 pages be copied in a matter of minutes and picked up today or tomorrow? Which I only got 11 pages. They only sent me 11 pages. It doesn't even equal 150 pages of what Nikki Clark sent me that supposedly the city of Grantville has as well, which I should have gotten from the city of Grantville, but it looks like the city of Grantville was censoring the documents and cherry picking so the city doesn't look bad. Also, I was requesting a waiver of fees, being these regs in the best interest of the public, not being used for commercial purposes. As the mayor's already stated, there's a problem with the recreational department's financial data, and I think I agree with the mayor on this. On May 1st, 2023, from the law office of Mark Mitchell, which is the attorney that represents the city of Grantville, I got approximately 11 pages of documents for free. So it went from approximately 400 down to approximately 119, down to for free for 11 pages of documents, when we know for a fact that there are more, as Nikki Clark has provided majority of what looks to be a majority of these documents that the city of Grantville alleges to not have from the open records request that we submitted. So it looks that Grantville, again, you are censoring records. You are censoring open records and not giving out to the public. If it looks like it could be an embarrassment on the city. Shame on you, Grantville. Georgia Transparency posted on its Facebook page some breaking information regarding the Grantville City Recreation Department, as well as placed it in the comment section of the David Clark Council post to City of Grantville's political page. I was instantly met with some hostility from him, as well as looks to be a little bit of hostility from his spouse as well, and then I was instantly blocked from the council post of the city of Grantville from David Clark's page. I don't think a city council member can do that when you're redressing and posting criticism and information about your city councilman on a political figure on their public page. Shame on you, David Clark. My opinion is that you have nowhere near to be in a city council position, any elected position, or any the public sector at all, period. I'm asking that you do not block Georgia Transparency from your city council page, and do not censor Georgia Transparency, as there is much case law that supports the theory behind this as well. Shame on you, David Clark.